Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Southland Bowling League Championship 2021 edition. My name is Mike Flanagan, and I am here with you to bring you the coverage here. Continuing coverage, round number 2. Matches 5 through 8 today. Before I give you a recap and tell you about the event, let's talk about who we have bowling in front of us here. On lanes 11 and 12, we have the number 6th ranked Tulane taking on the number 7th ranked team here in our 8-team bracket, Stephen F. Austin University. On the right side of your screen, we have the number 8 seeded Valparaiso taking on Youngstown State, who is your 4 seed. This is NCAA Collegiate Bowling at its finest. Women's division, of course. There is no men's NCAA bowling, in case you were wondering. It's just women. The players today are going to be bowling one team game, where every bowler will bowl a game and it will create a team score. And whoever wins that will get 1 point. Then the ladies are going to bowl 5 Baker games, where the leadoff bowler will bowl the 1st and the 6th frame, the second bowler will bowl the 2nd and the 7th frame. A third bowler will bowl the 3rd and the 8th, then the 4th and the 9th, and then the 5th bowler will also bowl the entire 10th frame. 5 games total pins will then determine the second point. If a team wins both points, they will advance in the bracket. This is a double elimination bracket, and this is the Contenders bracket, where whoever loses each one of these 2 matches on your screen, they will go home and their tournament life will be over and done. And for some of these young ladies, the seniors, it'll be their last bowling balls delivered in competition. The winners of these 2 matches will go on to take the winner of Vanderbilt versus Louisiana Tech, and the winner Arkansas State and Sam Houston. They'll go to the winner's bracket, and each one of the ones that lose will actually come down into this bracket and take on the 2 teams that win here. So we talked about point 1 and point 2, and if there is a tie and it's even 1-1, then the ladies go to a best of 7 head-to-head Baker contest. And we saw that happen twice earlier, and I think it's time to recap now what happened in round 1. In round number 1, it was Arkansas State taking on Valparaiso. Arkansas State swept 2-0, knocking Valparaiso here into the Contenders bracket. Sam Houston and Youngstown State, it took 7 games in the best of 7 Baker match to decide it there, and Sam Houston took that one just barely over Youngstown State. Vanderbilt swept Tulane earlier today, 2-0. And it was Louisiana Tech and Stephen F. Austin, the number 2 and 7 seeds. Louisiana Tech won the team game and then tied the Baker, went to a roll-off. 6th through 10th frames, lost, and then had to bowl a best of 7. And of course, wouldn't you know it, that one went 7 games as well, with Louisiana Tech advancing, and their first time in the Southland Bowling League ever winning their first match. So congratulations to Louisiana Tech, Matt Nantas and his entire team. The Lady Texters, congratulations to them in advancing. This is pretty cool for them. They got beat up on pretty good here at the Southland Bowling League, as it's one of the strongest conferences out there, if not the strongest conference in professional women's NCAA bowling, I should say. So we got the action here in front of you. I also have an interactive chat. I want to welcome everybody in that's watching here on Inside Bowling. Thanks for tuning in. And to those of you that were wondering about my my silence earlier and no sound, it's because they were blaring copyrighted music here in the bowling center, and we would have gotten flagged for copyright. So that's why I had the sound turned down earlier. But there's no music being played while the ladies are participating here in competition. I also see some of you asking here, can we watch other teams on other pairs? And, you know, I've been around about 8 years here on Inside Bowling, and I do not have expanded equipment here to be able to just have a camera set up behind every pair, and you can just pick and choose like the pay for streaming services that are out there right now, Bowl TV and Flow Bowling. One day I may get there, but I will tell you that the bandwidth in this bowling center, it's been difficult to get one feed up, nonetheless two. So hopefully you can enjoy the two matches that we do have for you, which is in the Contenders bracket here. And I'll tell you what, every single team will get to be on the live stream over the weekend by doing it this way. So everybody will have their opportunity to shine. I know there's no spectators here or parents or anybody that can watch. I do believe that some of the other teams have their own feeds going on their Facebook pages, the other two matches. So if you'd like to watch those, I believe Sam Houston State and Louisiana Tech, I believe, have, or it might be Vanderbilt, have theirs up on iPads currently. So you can watch those probably on their Facebook pages if you like. I believe that's where you find those. But as far as coverage here on Inside Bowling, and we just had a problem. We just had a young lady unplug the thing. Hold on. Well, everybody, we had somebody unplug the cameras down there, and it's been plugged back in, and this camera won't come up, although the other one did. So it just kind of adds to my weekend of streaming here thus far. So I'm going to move you over full screen here to lanes 11 and 12, and I'll get the scoreboards built for you. My apologies for that. I'll have to go work on that and see what's going on. Okay, there's some scoreboards for you. I'm going to go try to figure out what's going on with that other camera, and I'll be back, folks. Okay, everybody, I got that camera back up and running. Had a young lady unplug it on accident. So this bowling center, the way that it's laid out, doesn't have like walls or anything to tuck wires under. It's just wide open. I've gone through 2 rolls of gaff tape thus far this weekend, and I don't have any more. So I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the weekend. However, I see you all in the chat. I thank you all for watching here. I'll tell you a little bit about the teams, everybody. The number 1 seed, Arkansas State. They're over on lanes 15 and 16. I'll keep you updated on what's going on around the building, and if these matches get over sooner and another one runs long, I'll move some cameras around for you. Arkansas State is coached by Justin Kostick and assistant coach Tashiana Sararis. Their team consists of Montana Meyer, Faith Welch, Taylor Davis, Sheila Sutphin, Avery Brown, Emma Stahl, Lauren Bunting, and Sarah Sains, along with Brooklyn Bergereau. So they're the number 1 ranked team coming in here, number 1 seeds, I should say. And on the coaches poll as of March 5th, they are number 2 overall. Our number 2 seed, the Louisiana Tech Lady Texters, coached by Matt Nantas. They got a pretty big roster here. Danielle Jedlicki, Ashley Chanel, Sarah Howell-Floyd, Caitlin Orisic, Emily Reddig, Tara Sperdico, Emma Koch, Caitlin Eder, Allie Leindecker, Lindsay Manning, Kalia Patterson, and Bailey Snow. Our number 3 seeds at this event is Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt's won this tournament before. Coached by John Williamson and assistant coach Josie Ernest Barnes. Angelique D'Alessandro, Carolyn Theisier, Mabel Cummins, Angelica Anthony, Samantha Gaynor, Lauren Potachin, Amelia Kiefer, Amanda Najokas, and Jennifer Laredo make up the Vanderbilt Commodores. A lot of talent there on that team. Some of those names ring a bell at junior gold bowlers. A lot of success there. Number 4 seeds here, Youngstown State Penguins, coached by Doug Kaburski. He's done a nice job with the program. He was an assistant coach at Arkansas State. He and Coach Kostick went to Nebraska together. Bowled collegiately themselves on the men's side. Their team consists of Sarah Florence, Emma Wasilewski, Alexis Sullivan, Madison Marks, Kristen Moore, Emma Wren, Emma Dockery, and Megan Grams. Youngstown State. Number 5 seeds here, and normally they're ranked a little bit higher in this event. Just goes to show how much parity there is in college bowling right now. So many great programs. Brad Hagan, the coach. He's got Sayasa Ismail, Denise Blakenzie, Haley Connolly, B. Hernandez, Danielle McBride, Natasha Raffi, and Elise Chambers makes up the Sam Houston Bearcats. Right here on your screen, we've got Tulane. Tulane coached by Haley Veach, been the head coach there for quite a while. Good bowler in her own right. Jessica Swick, the assistant coach. Jenica Barron, Morgan Gitlins, Crystal Singh, Veronica Petrinick, Amelia Vasquez, Urelis Alvarez, and Madison McCall make up the Tulane Green Wave, number 6 seeds. Number 7 seeds taking on Tulane here on the left side of your screen. Who really just bowled a great match against Louisiana Tech. Took them all the way down to the wire. Coached by Amber Limke and Steve Limke. Stephen F. Austin Lady Jacks. They are Carlene Bayer, Dakota Facchini, Crystal George, Megan George, Sarah Gill, Annie Leinhart, Sarah Voyers, and Tommy White make up Stephen F. Austin Lady Jacks. And our last but not least, I should say, the Valparaiso Crusaders, coached by Sean Washington. On the right side of your screen here, Valpo, Claudio Santiago Ramos, Allura Magsino, Addie Bates, Noelle Duty, Kaylee Hodson, Ruth Magana, Peyton Berderman, Alexis Roof, and Isabella Palomaro make up all the lady athletes, all the student athletes that are participating here at the Southland Bowling Conference here. I must say, pretty high scores here. Looking around. Lanes 11 and 12 bowling at a bit of a quicker pace than 19 and 20. See, we got an opening 5-bagger over on lanes 11 and 12. Try to give you a little update here on what's going on in the other matches for those of you that are interested, I'm sure. And don't forget, those teams will be featured throughout the weekend. Currently right now, Sam Houston State leadoff bowler, spare, triple. Second bowler has 5 spares in a row. Third bowler strikes spare, double. Fourth bowler spare, triple. The anchor bowler strike and 3 spares. No open frames yet for Sam Houston State. Their opponent, Arkansas State, leadoff bowler struggling a little bit. 49 in the fourth with a spare up in the fifth. Double spare double for the second bowler, or double spare strike 9, I should say. Strike single pin miss double for the third bowler. Spare open strike spare for the fourth bowler. Open spare for the anchor bowler. Currently right now, the way it looks on the scoreboard, Sam Houston State 431, Arkansas State 327. About a 100-pin lead right now for Sam Houston State. They're really bowling good over there. And just as I say that they have no opens, I believe, not sure who that was, but just left a 7-10. 7-10 split. So of course that's the jinx. The jinx of the commentator, the black cloud, so to speak. Although it may not be an open, she might pick it up. It's possible. Nope. First open frame for Sam Houston State. And I got to get out of my chair here for a second. I'll be right back. I'll give you the update on the other match. .503 to 490, Louisiana Tech with a slight lead currently over Vanderbilt. Of course, on 11 and 12, here you see it on the screen. Stephen F. Austin with a 6-bagger in the middle of the game there, 566 to 450 right now over Tulane. Of course, 2 bowlers ahead. And 342 to 313, a little bit further behind the other pairs down on 19 and 20. L. Witt says, Mike, maybe you should tag the plugs so they know what they are. Well, I would think these wires running down the middle of the bowlers area here, or it's all one level here, and it's kind of hard to explain, but it's very difficult to. I mean, if you don't look, you're gonna hit the wire, I guess. Best way to put it. But hey, we're up and running here. It's so crammed in here that when they switch lanes, the coaches walk behind the booth. It's kind of funny, actually. There's a lot of room in here for spectators, though, further back, but we can't have any right now for obvious reasons. You know, I think I got an oil pattern here for you guys. Now that I'm kind of getting in the swing of things here. Okay, real quick, everybody. Here is your oil pattern. I'll try to dissect it for you really quick. It's a 2.4 to 1 ratio. 43 feet in length. 28 milliliters of oil. And we're on a Anvilane surface. Brunswick surface. Jacob in the chat has a great question. Why does this not look like it does on my Wii? Nintendo Entertainment System, the Wii. Yeah, it's a little different. A little different in real life. I would like to take a moment here during the broadcast. It feels really good to be back in the booth calling bowling action. It's been since last August And we all know we've been through a really rough year. Sure, everybody's been affected in some way, shape, or form, including us here at Inside Bowling, very much so. But I do want to give a shout out to two bowlers that retired from the Professional Bowlers Tour yesterday, or maybe it's been a couple days ago now. Pete Weber and Walter Ray Williams retired from the regular men's tour, and I think it's important that we take a moment and just say thanks to both of them for all that they've done for bowling. You know, there was a path that was laid where bowling is today. Good, bad, whatever you want to say for it. But if it wasn't for Walter Ray and Pete Weber, bowling wouldn't be in as good a place as it is right now. Those two guys performing at such a high level. Polar opposites, but Walter, just his winning ways over the years, staple of the 90s, bowler of the decade, 2 decades, and then of course Pete Weber, the guy that put bowling on the map in people's homes that really didn't know much about bowling, and that enjoyed his entertainment. Both guys I've been around, and I want to take a moment to just thank them both here on the air. And believe it or not, what they've done for bowling, you know, has helped create opportunities. If it wasn't for Pete Weber, I may not be streaming this event for you guys today to be able to enjoy, because Pete was somebody from the St. Louis area where I was from, who, when I ran a tournament, came out and helped me. He appeared on the news, promoted it, and that's where we got our live streaming started in St. Louis. So thanks to Pete Weber and to Walter Ray Williams Jr., and congratulations to them on just amazing careers. Yeah, so I wanted to take a minute to say that. I hope you enjoyed that. Also looking forward to the PWBA season after missing a year, returning this year in the bubble. They had a bubble. I was able to work that a little bit, which was nice. And I mentioned PWBA during this event every year because you're looking at some of the future superstars, future bowlers on the PWBA tour right here in the Southland Bowling League. Several PWBA champions have been born out of this league. Jordan Richard, Josie Barnes, just to name 2. So really, really proud of the work that this conference has done in these programs to produce PWBA champions, and you're probably looking at a couple more here throughout the weekend. So really, really cool, and hats off to everybody at USBC, BPAA, and the PWBA Tour for what they're doing to keep that tour going, and give these ladies here something else to be able to step into in the future, whether if it's a full-time or just a part-time deal for them. So thankful that they brought back the PWBA Tour. I believe it's been 6 years now. So we got 7:13 to 6:46 right in front of us. Stephen F. Austin with the lead. Got a pretty close match down there. Still early on 19 and 20. 30 pins about separating those two. And we're almost through 7 frames. Sam Houston State and Arkansas State. I'll give you an update on that match. Currently right now, Sam Houston State has 648. And they're on the same bowler now, 570 for Arkansas State. So it's about, it's actually about 80 pins now. 80 pin lead for Sam Houston State through almost 7 frames, 1 bowler to go. My apologies, everybody. My headset went flying, but I was able to get an update on the Vanderbilt match against Louisiana Tech. Vanderbilt has about a 20-pin lead halfway through the 8th frame. So close matches in our winners bracket. If you are just joining us today, thank you for tuning in. Southland Bowling League, this conference has 8 teams in it. And earlier today, it was Arkansas State defeated Valparaiso and advanced in the bracket, the winners bracket. Sam Houston State advanced over Youngstown State, and they are in the winners bracket. Those two are bowling each other. Vanderbilt defeated Tulane, and Louisiana Tech defeated Stephen F. Austin. So Vandy and La Tech are bowling each other. Sam Houston, Arkansas State. And then, of course, what you see in front of us, Valpo versus Youngstown State on the right side of your screen, and Tulane and Stephen F. Austin on the left side of your screen. This is the traditional Baker game. I'm sorry, the traditional team game. I got ahead of myself. And they'll be moving into 5 games total pins of Baker next. Each competition's worth a point. It's the first team to win 2 points. So if they're tied at 1-1, we'll go to a best of 7 Baker head-to-head matches after that. March Madness has begun. That's one thing about coming and streaming this event. I know that the basketball tournament's always going on at the same time, and we call this our bowling madness. Also, if you'd like to support what we do here at Inside Bowling, we're also running Merch Madness on our website right now through next Sunday. We don't ask for donations, but we do have a website where you can pick up some bowling t-shirts and gear and tumblers and such. Check it out over at InsideBowling.com. You can save 15% with coupon code YouTube. YouTube is the coupon code for 15% on our website, Inside Bowling. We appreciate thousands of people that have come over and purchased some bowling gear. We believe that people wearing bowling gear is better than wearing t-shirts that say things that don't have anything to do with bowling. So thank you very much to everybody that's supported, and thanks for considering supporting our stream. Also important to thank the folks here at Colonial Bowling Center for providing the venue for these ladies. And also to the folks at the Southland Bowling Conference. Thomas Samuel, he's a class act. And even going back to when Chris Makowski was around, who got us our first stream here. Those guys have treated us with nothing but class, and great group of individuals at the Southland Bowling Conference. So thank you to those guys. I see you in the chat, Lee Champion. I appreciate that. There was a game show for bowlers during quarantine that I was involved with Bowler X's YouTube channel. Check them out if you get a chance. There's a lot of ball reviews and stuff over there. And I was the voice of the match game. Headed into the 10th frame over here on lanes 11 and 12. About 120 pin lead right now for Stephen F. Austin. Five of those and we might have a match. But I don't anticipate that happening with the second through the fifth bowlers. All with strikes, setting up the 10th frame beautifully. About 2 frames behind, 2.5 frames behind down there on 19 and 20. Pretty close match over there. 567 to 549. Sam Houston State still has over 100 pin lead on Arkansas State in this game. And it's pretty even between Vanderbilt and Louisiana Tech. I will say that Arkansas State's making a little bit of a run over here off camera. They are striking a lot more now. It doesn't mean that Sam Houston State isn't striking, because they are. But it's been reduced to about 80 pins. 80 pin lead for Sam Houston going into the 10th frame. Nicely bowled 254 game. And if I have the number correct, that's Tommy White, bowl 254. Got a possible 277 here in the 4-hole. She's got a great look. That's Carlene Beyer, everybody. Remember that name, Carlene Beyer. Had an open in the 10th by Sam Houston State. Actually, open in the 9th and the 10th by the leadoff bowler, only 179. And Arkansas State is closing the gap a little bit. 70 pins with 4 bowlers to go in the 10th frame. I'll keep you posted if anything crazy happens over there. And currently right now, it looks like it's 887 for Vanderbilt, 858 for Louisiana Tech, with 3 bowlers to go. So Vanderbilt with the lead over there. I'll write these scores down as we move along here. Yep. Perfect. Thanks, Rick. Rick Barbera is going to help me with scores, especially in Baker. So Stephen F. Austin going to bowl about 1050 here. Is that how it's going to total up? 1052. Pretty nice showing here, especially from the third and fourth bowlers. 254, 260. That'll help a bunch. $10.52 for Stephen F. Austin. Vanderbilt has about a 40-pin lead with 2 players to go over Louisiana Tech, just to let you know. And it looks like 9:30 for Tulane. So Stephen F. Austin goes up 1-0 over there. Arkansas State trails by over 100 pins now against Sam Houston State. Sam Houston's going to get the win there heading into Baker. We've been watching lanes 19 and 20. We got a 20-pin match down there. It's going to be a close one here coming down to the wire. Youngstown State and Valpo. Vanderbilt 199, 202, 171, a possible 224, a possible 218. Next door for La Tech 201, 173, 177, 191, a possible 223. Allie Leyendecker, the anchor bowler for Louisiana Tech, leaves the a 2-pin in the 10th frame. So Vanderbilt's going to get the W there. Again, it's the first to 2. So each one of these teams that are getting the W's here, that's the one. They're getting 1 point. And if they can outscore in 5 Baker games their opponent, they'll move on. They'll be done for today and advance in the winner's bracket. And now Tulane's going to be bowling for their tournament life here in this next 5 games of Baker. Get you some official scores as they're wrapping up the winner's bracket matches just to the right and to my left. And then we'll bring home the final match here, right here on your screens, everybody, before we head into Baker. Louisiana Tech finishes with 954. Vanderbilt finishing up their 10th frame. Arkansas State bowled 983. Sam Houston State, big score, 1099, 179, 224, 226, 232, 238 for 1099. Get you a final score from Vanderbilt as they're finishing up. Double in the 10th. All right, Vanderbilt finishes with a 1,004, defeats Louisiana Tech's 954. Stephen F. Austin 1052. Tulane 930. Arkansas State was defeated by Sam Houston State 1099 and 983, and we still got Valpo and Youngstown State. Finishing up here on the right side of your screen, we've already moved into Baker over here on the left side of your screen. This match couldn't really get any closer down here between Valpo and Youngstown State. Nice game by Valparaiso, 222 there from the second bowler. .155, 222, Valparaiso. Ooh, that was a close one. We still got the traditional team game taking place over on the right side of your screen. We got the Baker games over on the left started underway here. Baker games are about to get started between Louisiana Tech and Vanderbilt over on 7 and 8. And it looks like they are underway, just getting started here between Arkansas State and Sam Houston State University over here just to the right of my booth here on 15 and 16. Glad you're with us watching here today. Southland Bowling League, NCAA Collegiate Women's Bowling. I'm Mike Flanagan from Inside Bowling. We do have an interactive chat. If you have any questions for me, I'll be more than happy to try to answer those for you. Question here in the chat wanted to know, is Mike Flanagan related to PBA bowler Sam Flanagan? I'm not. I've been asked that question quite a few times. I'm sure we have some sort of Ancestry.com family tree or something that'll get us in touch to where we're related somehow, but not any immediate relation. Jillian Martin is not bowling in this. She's still in high school. Am I using OBS for the stream? No, I use Wirecast. I use Wirecast and Blackmagic cards and SDI videos, cables, and a Mackie soundboard, and a MacBook Pro, Audio-Technica headsets, and my my cameras come in via a Blackmagic Quad 2 card. And I'm using operating system Big Sur on a Mac, which caused me some problems this morning. Got 185 concurrent viewers. Thanks, everybody, for watching this. doing the best I can this weekend, flying solo. Working through some tech difficulties earlier today, but I'm feeling much more in a groove now. Feeling a lot better. So the pace of play here is definitely off right now. We've got the Baker game over here on the left is getting by very quickly, and we're still finishing up the traditional team game down here on 19 and 20. Got a pretty good Baker game going for both teams here. Remember, it's not head-to-head here. It's total pins on the Baker, this format. Vanderbilt and Louisiana Tech just started their Baker. Arkansas State triple to start against Sam Houston State's double. Pretty high scoring overall for being such a tough pattern. Just means how good these ladies are. Allow them to play to the right, and that's kind of a lot of their MOs. That's what they're best at. So just when you think this match down here is getting a little out of reach, it just opens right back up again. Youngstown State with the advantage, of course, but this big four here doesn't help things. Looks like that pin's off spot down there or something. And I'm not talking about the one with the what's going on in the gutter here with the pole and the rod and everything. I'm talking about lane 19. I'm talking about this right here. Look at this. The 2-pin and the 4-pin, it almost looks like a baby split. Nice cover. Nice shot. So Youngstown State's going to get the W here. It's pretty much in the books here. That strike and some fill here and a strike working. 874, the max score for Valparaiso. Let's fill this up here. Let's see you get them all. And I missed the score already on the Baker game, but they'll get that to me. I was focusing on this match here. Those scores clear off of there pretty quick. So 869 for Valpo. Youngstown State is at 869 right now before they head into Baker. It was 181 to 180, by the way. Stephen F. Austin had 181, Tulane 180 in the first Baker game. All right, and it looks like 898 for Youngstown State. They get the W. So we head into all Baker now. There is the score. Actually, I missed the ball over there. Sorry about that. I was thought they were done. 9:07 is the final score. Nearby, Sam Houston State can bowl 214. They're up in the 10th frame in the first game of Baker. Arkansas State can bowl 210. .214 for Sam Houston State, first game of Baker. .198 for Arkansas State. Tulane and Valpo are moving at the fastest pace here that we've seen. Okay, all Baker underway now. almost up to 200 viewers. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We're here broadcasting just outside of New Orleans in a suburb, little place called Harahan, Louisiana, here at Colonial Bowling Lanes. I'm Mike Flanagan from Inside Bowling. Happy to be back in the booth bringing you some collegiate bowling action here. It's the one event we do each year. I want to thank the Southland Bowling League for inviting us back and all the teams for having us. Jimmy Harlock wants to know, am I going to be in Waterloo next weekend? I am not. I have a prior commitment. I'm going to be working the U.S. Open and the Masters with the United States Bowling Congress. So I can't be in both places at one time. The Fusion Tournament, otherwise known as now the Ebonite Fall Classic, or Winter Classic, I guess this one would be. It's normally in February. He moved the date back because the bowling center had a conflict, and it just didn't work out this time. Let's see. What is the shot that's being used? It's 43 feet in length. It's about 29 milliliters of oil, 2.43 to 1 ratio. Bakers are total pinfall, correct. And Lucius let us know that. Tulane bowling a big game here. Big game. Louisiana Tech bowled 233, Vanderbilt 208 in game number 1 of Baker. Vanderbilt won the team game, by the way, in case you're just joining us. And right now, Stephen F. Austin won the team game here, but 181 to 180 in the first Baker total pinfall. Now 247 for Tulane. Big game, 247, 199. So 47 pin lead right now for Tulane over Stephen F. Austin, trying to force the best out of 7 Baker. Same can be said for Louisiana Tech right now. And Sam Houston State and Arkansas State are in frame number 4 of the second game of Baker's. Sam Houston State 214 to 198 so far. And Youngstown State and Valpo just getting underway here in Baker on the right side of your screen. I'm really impressed with Tulane right now. The scores are wrong up on the screen. They'll get those switched. But yeah, I'm really impressed right now with how well they're bowling. Nice bounce back here. Really nice bounce back. I got to hand it to Rick Barbera. Every time he works an event, he does it the right way. He's our official tournament official here And one thing I love is how they put the school colors up on the monitors. I know it might make it a little difficult to read at times, but it looks so cool. Very cool. Rick Barbera is one of those guys that doesn't get a lot of limelight. You know, most people wouldn't know who he is. But I'll tell you what, all the coaches and all the professional bowlers and all the people that run the bowling centers for the big major events, they all know who Rick Barbera is because he saves everybody's life. The guy just knows how to put on an event, how to make the scoring work. Works for Brunswick as well. Good guy, good guy. I actually was an assistant manager for Brunswick and then became a center manager, and in the Brunswick training school, Rick Barbera taught me back when I was 20 years old. So Rick and I go way back, and it's always good to see him. I was talking to him earlier today, or yesterday I guess it was. I said, man, it's just good to see you out at an event together. He said, yeah, I go to the Masters and the U.S. Open next. I go, yep, I'm going there too. See you there. It's kind of like a family out on the road. You see these people all the time, different events. Really cool, really, really cool. Yeah, Jimmy in the chat, I should be there for the Fall Classic. It'll be a pleasure. The real thing that I'm kind of excited about is being able to maybe be involved with some of the PWBA work this year. I think they're going to need some help, and I think I'm going to end up helping them with PWBA, so that'll be fun. All right, a little score update here for you. Arkansas State and Sam Houston State. Sam Houston State bowls 216 to go along with their 214. Arkansas State bowled 198. They can bowl 195 if they fill it up here in the 10th. It's going to be 193. So Arkansas State trails by 23, and 16 was at 39. 39 pin deficit through 2. was a pretty good shot on 12 for not striking. It was really good. Nice bounce back here for Stephen F. Austin. Wonder if the right lane's a little more conducive to higher scores. So we just saw Tulane bowl 247 on that lane. Now we got a possible 237 for Stephen F. Austin on the right lane. Be interesting to watch as we continue on. Great spare shooter here. So Stephen F. Austin and Tulane are finishing up their third game here, which they are ahead of everybody by a game, by a full game. I'll get you a Vanderbilt, Louisiana Tech update here in just a minute, but Vanderbilt's got a pretty big game going from what I can see right now. Possible 248, and not a bad score here for Louisiana Tech. Looks like they've got, boy, I can't make it out from here. Big score from them too. They can be in the 230s. So 237 for Stephen F. Austin. Nice game. So this match is going to be just about even. And it's 169 for Valpo. Possible 202 here for Youngstown State. Vanderbilt match over here, boy, this is some high scoring over here in this Baker. And don't forget, everybody, throughout the rest of the tournament, rounds 3, 4, and 5, we will see your leaders come into play starting tomorrow with our coverage. Okay, so 198. Yep, 198 for Youngstown. 19-pin lead there through game number 1. 190 for Tulane. That match is dead even. Even Steven through 3. All right, I'm going to give you an update across all matches, everybody. Vanderbilt, Louisiana Tech. Vanderbilt won the team game, so they got 1 point for that. So far in Baker through 2 games, Vanderbilt bowled 208 and 245. Louisiana Tech 233 and 235. Louisiana Tech has a 15-pin lead right now. Stephen F. Austin and Tulane right here, they're 3 games in. And it's even Steven through 3 games of this Baker, 0. So it's a 2-game shootout here. Stephen F. Austin won the team game earlier. They have 1 point already in the books. Sam Houston State University bowled the highest team game, 10-99 earlier, defeating Arkansas State and getting a point. And right now, Sam Houston State has a 39-pin lead over Arkansas State through 2 games. They're halfway through game number 3. Give you an update in a moment. Valparaiso and Youngstown State. Youngstown State bowled 907 to Valparaiso's 869, the traditional team game. Youngstown State received the point. And now after 1 game, you saw it right here on your screen, Youngstown State 198, Valpo 169, 19-pin lead. 29-pin lead, pardon me. 29-pin lead for Youngstown State. And I can tell you that Sam Houston State and Arkansas State are both struggling this 3rd game. Arkansas State in the 5th frame has 72 with a spare up in the 6th. And currently right now 67 in the 4th with a spare up in the 5th for Sam Houston State. So scoring pace going down just a little bit there on that pair. Don't forget, continuing coverage tomorrow. Be back with you here for some more bowling. As we advance along in this bracket, double elimination again here at the Southland Bowling League. Don't forget, be back tomorrow morning at 8:30 Central and then back again at 1:30. We'll get it down to 2 teams come Sunday, and we'll have a championship round. That'll be immediately after match 13 in round number 5. All right, everybody, back with you here. I was getting some insight as to what could happen with the tournament berths this year for the national championships, and I'm going to explain all that to you as soon as a couple of these games finish up. Our two pairs here are kind of in sync with each other. Game off, but pretty much in sync with finishing up. 157 for Stephen F. Austin. And remember, this match was all squared away here in this Baker total pinfall. And now that's by the wayside here. I believe that's 203 for Valpo. .208 for Youngstown State. .176 for Tulane. So Tulane has a 19-pin lead. Keep in mind, Stephen F. Austin won the other one, so it'll be 1 point apiece unless Stephen F. Austin can win by more than 19 pins and send Tulane home. Remember, the losers of each one of these games will go home in the losers bracket. Okay, everybody, here's some updates. Vanderbilt and Louisiana Tech. Vanderbilt bowled 208, 245, and then 223. La Tech 233, 235, now 197. So it's an 11-pin lead for Vanderbilt, and they beat La Tech in the traditional team game. 2 games to play over there. 11-pin lead for Vanderbilt. Stephen F. Austin and Tulane. Tulane now has a 19-pin lead. Stephen F. Austin won the traditional team game. They're looking to force a best-of-7 Baker right here. And in Valpo, 169-203. Youngstown State 198-208. 34-pin lead for Youngstown State. Youngstown State won the traditional team game. And Sam Houston State, Arkansas State. Sam Houston State won the traditional team game. They've bowled 2 games. It's a 30-pin lead for Sam Houston State right now. I'll keep you updated. All right, update in the Sam Houston State, Arkansas State. Game number 3, it was 200 for Arkansas State, 194 for Sam Houston State. 33-pin lead now for Sam Houston State through 3 games, and they're about midway through the 4th game right now. So updating the scores here for you. So we move along. We'll see if any of these go to a best of 7. One that's got the best chance of it's right here in front of us, Stephen F. Austin and Tulane. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty much going to call it right now. Tulane is still alive. 19-pin lead coming into this 5th game, and they got a stranglehold on this one. Stephen F. Austin wins their traditional team game. I think Tulane's going to take this Baker series. We're going to have sudden death here. We're gonna go to this 7-game best of 7, first to 4 roll off right here. We're gonna have it for you here on 11 and 12. Tulane is really like this right lane. Yep, that's pretty much all she wrote for Stephen F. Austin. This it's gonna be even Steven, 1-1 on the points, 1-1. And the good news for you guys at home is this is a pair. We've got cameras on. We'll be able to stay here. Be interesting to see which ones of these other pairs go to extended play. I'll do the best I can for you. Updating the Sam Houston State match. 182 for Sam Houston State, 164 for Arkansas State. Sam Houston State through 4 games has a 51-pin lead, and keep in mind they did win the traditional team game. So if they can not lose by 50 or more this last game, they will be able to punch their ticket to tomorrow. A lot of action going on here. Want to peek at the chat here. All right, so let's talk about the NCAA championships here. The how to get into the tournament. So there are 7 conference championships, and the winners from each one of the conference championships make up 7 of the teams. Is what I was told. And then the rest of the teams get picked from the RPI. But this year, because teams didn't travel as far, and there are some areas of the country that have more powerhouse schools, they beat up on each other this year. So the RPI is a little bizarre this year. So it'll be interesting to see who makes it in, just because of the bizarreness of the travel schedule and who bowled who and how many games and how many events. So it's even more important for these teams here to win this thing, because in years past there's been some pretty dominant teams that came into this event that if they didn't win it, they still knew they were probably getting selected. This year it's a complete crapshoot. You don't know what's going to happen because the RPI is so different based off of not having all the teams together to bowl together. It's way more regional based. So there you go. Really important. Congratulations to Tulane, staying alive here, heading to the best of 7. Stephen F. Austin 165, Tulane 231. 85 pins better for those 5 games, Tulane. After Stephen F. Austin was 122 better in the traditional team game just a little earlier here today on Inside Bowling. Now, let's take a look at the scoreboard here on 19 and 20. Game number 3. Valpo trails by 34 through 2. Arkansas State needs to win by 51 this final game, and right now it's pretty much even Steven through 5 games. 5 frames, I should say. 5 frames. 51 pin lead, Sam Houston State. Sam Houston's bowled really well, and they were the 5 seeds coming in. Probably the lowest seed I've seen them since I've been coming to this event. I'm going to have a Vanderbilt Louisiana Tech update before this match is done on 19 and 20. All right, back out there getting the scores for you guys. Vanderbilt, 205. Louisiana Tech, 194. Heading into the last game here. Vanderbilt has a 22-pin advantage. And Vanderbilt did win the traditional team game, so they're looking to sweep and go 2-0. Valpo was 181. Youngstown State, 175 through 3 games. Youngstown State is ahead plus 28. And Sam Houston State is cruising right now. They can still bowl 235. They had a 51-pin lead coming in, and I can tell you that Arkansas State is not going to bowl in the 280s. They're going at a 180 pace. So Sam Houston State University is going to advance in the winner's bracket, everybody. That's right, Sam Houston State, the 5 seeds. Vanderbilt's looking pretty strong as well going into their last game. 22 pins, but La Tech's not going to lay down. Both teams both have doubles right now through 2 frames. Make that a triple for La Tech. On the left side of your screen, we're underway in best of 7, best of 7. First team to win 4 will advance. So Youngstown State and Valpo are just in game number 4 of 5. Arkansas State, Sam Houston State just about to wrap up and finish things up. They'll be done and out the door. Vanderbilt and Louisiana Tech down there battling right now. See if Vanderbilt can end their day, move Louisiana Tech into the Contenders bracket, or if Louisiana Tech can come back here, mount a charge and force best of 7. Alexander asks for NCAAs, does it go by RPI ranking or coaches poll ranking for seeding? Well, the committee decides on who it is, and they take all those things into consideration. Those are the at-large bids. $225-224 to finish up Arkansas State and Sam Houston State. Sam Houston State advances. win by 52. Cleaning up the chat here a little bit. So Tulane goes up 1-0 here. .225, 196. In this best of 7. Get you a Louisiana Tech update here. Vanderbilt has officially defeated Louisiana Tech and sweeps them 222-213 was the final game. 31 pins advantage in the Baker total pinfall, so Vanderbilt advances. We'll take on Sam Houston State tomorrow morning. Actually, tomorrow afternoon. Get to sleep in. That's kind of cool for the ladies. Get to sleep in a little bit. So the only action left in the building happens to be the two pairs we've been covering. How about that? We kind of got a bit of a dogfight here on the pair here to the right. Still finishing up the Baker. Keep in mind over on the left if you're just joining us. That's Tulane and Stephen F. Austin. Stephen F. Austin won the traditional team game 10:52 to 9:30, so they got a point for that. And then Tulane came back and won the Baker portion, which they got a point for that. So now they're bowling a best 4 of 7 Baker games. And Tulane beat Stephen F. Austin 225 to 196 the last game. So they have 1 on their way to 4. They need to get to 4. 7 games total. Valpo and Youngstown State, they are in game 4 of 5. Youngstown State has a 28 pin advantage currently coming into this game. And it's going to be pretty close here this game. .158 it looks like for Valpo. And possible 140 here for Youngstown State. So this is going to be a 10-pin match going into the last game. .140 it is. So they were up by 28, Youngstown State was. Now they're only up by 10 going into this last game. So there you have it. So these two matches we have on the screen, whoever loses, this will be the end of their tournament. We will say goodbye to them. Will it be Stephen F. Austin or Tulane going home? Who will advance? As well as Youngstown State and Valparaiso. Valparaiso, the number 8 seed. Youngstown State, the number 4 seeds. That would be an upset there. Stephen F. Austin is the number 7 seed. Tulane, the number 6 seeds. Possible 2:12 left here for Stephen F. Austin. Possible 2:11 for Tulane. Yeah, Donnie, I got your text. Stephen F. Austin gets one here. It's going to make it 1-1, so it'll be a best of 5, essentially. Nice shot by Valpo. They're coming back, folks. They're coming back. Remember, just a 10-pin lead for Youngstown State down there. That double there in the third and the fourth looks mighty juicy. Looks good. .191, 169. Stephen F. Austin gets one. 1-1. Big strike for Youngstown State. Trying to advance, trying to stay alive. Remember, they have a 10-pin advantage coming into this game. 10 pins. And Tulane coming out with a strike to start this game. Make that a double now. It's like nobody wants to take this match down here, this Baker match between Youngstown State and Valpo. Every time there's an opening, and somebody else just gives it away. Max score for Youngstown State, 224. Max score for Valpo, 236. 10-10 advantage for Youngstown coming into this game. That'd be cool if they threw all strikes all the way out, huh? Big opportunity here for Valparaiso. Keep their tournament life. Really big shot here. Ball doesn't quite make it up the hill. And another split now. Stephen F. Austin here. Back-to-back splits and a single pin miss. Tulane can kind of smell the blood in the water. Door is wide open. Valpo keeping their tournament hopes alive, fighting for their life. 10th frame here, Youngstown State can bowl 214. That would give them 224 with the 10 lead that they already have. Pocket hit, but a bucket not easy to convert. So here we go, 9th frame, opportunity to step up and throw a double. Her team needs it the most. This is a huge shot right here. All right, leaves the 2-8. So max score, 194 for Youngstown State. .203 for Valpo. That was a nice spare. That was a big spare. A strike on this ball for Youngstown State, and they will advance. 9 with a spare here in the 9th. Valpo can get up in the 10th frame and strike out and tie. Well, that's out the window now with that missed spare. So Valparaiso, the best they can do is 191. Youngstown State already has 184 on the board. So it's official, everybody. Youngstown State advances in the contenders bracket. And defeats Valparaiso. Youngstown State will take on Arkansas State tomorrow morning, right here on Inside Bowling at 8:30 Central Time. Louisiana Tech is going to take on the winner of this match right here. Right in front of me on the left side of your screen on 11 and 12. So 192 for Youngstown State, 181 for Valparaiso. Youngstown State will advance. Now let's go ahead and switch over to lanes 11 and 12. We'll full screen it here. So last match of the day here for you. Just to recap, Tulane 225-196. Then Stephen F. Austin 191-169. This is the third game here, and Tulane's going to take it. Did they win?
Well, Roberts beat Ohio State.
They did.
You guys are up 2-1 now, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
So 212 for Tulane. And possible 153 for Stephen F. Austin. So Tulane up 2-1. Mike Flanagan here back with you, just taking care of some housekeeping work here in the center. Just want to remind everybody we'll be back again tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. where we will feature Youngstown State taking on Arkansas State, as well as Louisiana Tech taking on the winner of this match right here between Stephen F. Austin and Tulane. If you're just joining us for this competition here, Tulane has a 2-1 lead here in the best of 7. Both teams have gotten a point already. Tulane got their point in the Baker portion, and Stephen F. Austin won the traditional team game. So we are in a best 4 of 7. We've bowled 3 so far. We're in game number 4 in progress. We are in New Orleans, Colonial Bowling Center, for the Southland Bowling League Championship here. 2021 edition. Did not have one last year because of the pandemic. Sad not to be here at this event. It's a extremely powerful conference here. So Tulane up 2-1, and Stephen F. Austin says, we'll just see about that. Wouldn't surprise me if this one went 7. It's just amazing how quick things can change here in the Baker. Just when it looked like Stephen F. Austin was just pulling away, now big double in there from Tulane coming back in the match. Got a pocket 7-10 here. This would be cool if she picked this up. Having a problem with my headset right now. All right, let's see if she picks it up. Oh, you got to hit one to pick it up. Okay, so still 2:30 left for Stephen F. Austin. Oh, boy. All right, chop the 4-7 there. It's 2:08 max score for Tulane. Going at a 178 pace. Stephen F. Austin going at a 2:0 pace. Boy, that's really far outside. Almost got back. Fortunate, really, though, just to leave the 10. This pair looks like it's gotten really tough, judging by the scores. Just kind of reading ball reaction here. Well, it's still not over here in this 4th game. To those of you that have been watching the entire block, I'm curious, how's the stream been? Because this morning we had some major difficulties. Just curious if if it's been pretty problematic free, so to speak, here for this particular round. So if you've been watching for a while, let me know if you had any issues. Stephen F. Austin there, a big shot there in the 9th. They're gonna get this one. Yep, it's official. 2-2. Stephen F. Austin. The right lane has won every game so far. Just keep that in mind. Right lane has won every game. Alexander says he has an echo. Probably have it open in more than one browser then, bud. I stepped away for a little bit. If you are just joining us, Sam Houston State and Vanderbilt are undefeated. They'll be here at 1:30 tomorrow for a match right here on Inside Bowling Central Time. Youngstown State is going to take on Arkansas State in the Contenders bracket tomorrow. Louisiana Tech's going to take on the winner of this match. And Valparaiso has been eliminated from the event, going 0-2. And what you're watching right now is Stephen F. Austin versus Tulane. Stephen F. Austin bowled 10:52 in a traditional team game a couple hours ago. Tulane bowled 9:30, and then in the Baker portion, Tulane defeated Stephen F. Austin by 85 pins. And now we are bowling the best of 7 Baker head-to-head matches where it's all square 2-2. This has basically turned into the best 2 out of 3 now. Okay, nice spare. Tulane, after going open, is now throwing a double, looking for 3 in a row for their anchor bowler. Got it. How about that 4-bagger for Tulane up there? How about it? Little fast 8 there, 4-7. Five in a row now after 2 opens for Tulane. Battling. So we got a game here. We got 246, 258 max scores. This shot in the ninth is huge. Huge here. Stephen F. Austin's going to bowl first here. Still bowl 226. With a spare strike. Pace, I mean. Could have bowled 246, but was pacing at 226. All right. Helping out our anchor bowler right there, making it a lot easier. How about that 7-bagger after 2 opens? Tulane's going to take this one. Stephen F. Austin's going to have to win the next 2 to advance, where Tulane's only going to have to win 1 of the next 2 games. 226 max score, Stephen F. Austin. Good count here. That's 225. Stephen F. Austin fill this up here with a strike. Can force Tulane to spare the 4-pin. Gotta have them all. Got him. Never know. Gotta make a spare here. And she did it, so that's gonna be enough. 3-2, Tulane. Game number 6, if Tulane wins, Stephen F. Austin gets sent home and Tulane will advance tomorrow to bowl Louisiana Tech. Got the green wave against the Lady Jacks here. Remember, the winner of this tournament does receive an automatic berth into the NCAA championships. Will prevent them from having to get an at-large bid. Crazy year this year for the RPI standings. But at least there's bowling. Ladies are bowling some impressive scores right now. They know what's on the line, hitting the pocket consistently. We're watching some really good execution of shots out there. Head-to-head Baker matches. Tulane's up 3-2. Stephen F. Austin must win this game to have life at another game. Remember, coverage tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Central, right here. We'll be using lanes 19 and 20. I'm sorry. But yeah, 19 and 20 and 15 and 16 tomorrow. Nice double for Stephen F. Austin. Clutch spare for Tulane. Possible 260 on the max score for Stephen F. Austin. 247 for Tulane. Whew. I thought that was going even higher than that, but fortunate just leaves the 4-pin. Stephen F. Austin has an opportunity here to step up, throw a triple. This would be a big one. She kind of left a weak 10 last shot I saw her throw. That one there looks like it was just placed a little bit more. Maybe a little slow. Trying to make it shape a little bit down lane and leave a 3, 6, 9, 10. Not an easy spare at all, especially on a flat condition. There's a couple different ways you can go about picking this up. You can either try to hook into it a little bit, but on a flat condition that's difficult. But you do need to hook at it if you're going to cover the 9-pin out of it. Or what a lot of people are doing lately, a little more popular, is just going left or right, throwing a spare ball at it, making sure you hit the front pin going left or right. Looks like she's going to hook at it. Covers it up beautifully. Takes the first route. That was a big spare right there. Wow. That's not easy on this flatter pattern. What I mean by that is on a lot of house shots or typical shots that you bowl on, that's dry towards the right, so if you throw it to it, it'll hook off the spot. Here, because of how flat the lane pattern is, you don't have that hook spot off of that, so it's a really good conversion. So now the green wave, bowl 223. Missing the head pin there is not good. 236 max score for Stephen F. Austin. That strike is a big one. She's been bowling really good. She's thrown 2 strikes in this game. She's been right around the pocket the whole time, and every time she strikes, the girls do a Mamma Mia ABBA song chant, and I've heard it quite a bit here lately. She's been striking a lot. Important to cover this for sure. Okay. All right, 203 pace, 223 max score, 206 pace, 236 max score for Stephen F. Austin. 9th frame starts now. Oh, right around the pocket again. Pocket control is really important. So, possible 216 max score now for Stephen F. Austin. 9th frame stepping up for Tulane. Possible 223. They do control their destiny still at this point. How about a strike here? Set it up. Boom, there it is. It's exactly what you want if you're an anchor bowler, the 5th player for a team. Let your person set you up in the 9th frame. The 49 spot, 4th and 9th frames. Throw that strike in the 9th. Make your life all that much easier and all that much more confident going into the 10th frame. It's a momentum builder. Not taking much time here at all. Tulane's anchor bowler has been rock solid throughout this entire match. Double in a 10th. And they'll win, but oh wow, what a break. 2 4 10 standing. The 2 and the 4 fall out late, just a 10 pin. So here's the situation. 203 max score now. Stephen F. Austin, 206 pace. Strike for Stephen F. Austin. So now all Stephen F. Austin has to do is fill 8 pins on the next 2 balls to force a game 7. Sudden death, game 7. It's what you dream of in sports. Comes down to game 7, which I thought it probably would with these 2 teams. It's kind of been how it's been. Just got to fill 8 on 2 balls. And that's if Tulane fills up the 10th frame. Just about anything will do here. That's enough. That's a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And now, now we're going to figure out who gets lane choice here. I believe it's the higher seed, which in this particular case is Stephen F. Austin, I believe. No, Tulane. Tulane's the higher seed, the number 6 seed. So they're going to get to determine lane choice. And my guess is they're going to be on the right lane because I believe, if my math is correct, the right lane has won every game in this match. Hey, Rick, has the right lane won every game in this match?
I haven't paid attention, but I
Yeah.
Haley said we're moving to the right lane.
Yep, that's confirmed. The right lane has won every game in this match. So here we go, folks. Buckle up your safety belts. This is it. Hold on to your seat belts because this is the final game. It will be the final game, and someone is going to go home, and someone is going to advance and bowl tomorrow morning, and you'll be able to see him right here on Inside Bowling. I want to thank everybody for watching here today. Southland Bowling League Championships, March 19th through the 21st here in 2021. Missed it in 2020 because of COVID. Been streaming this event for the 4 years prior. It's nice to be back. Stephen F. Austin starts with a hammer, a strike. A little bit of extended play here. Got started a little bit later here this block because there were so many long matches going earlier. All other matches went 2-0, swept. This is the match that's gone the longest, but also it's bowled pretty speedy. If one of those other games would have gone to a 7, we'd probably be here for another hour or so. Rick Barbera is moving his chair, and he's going to sit down and watch this final. He's interested. How about a double for Stephen F. Austin? See if they can be the first team to win on the left lane. Buck the trend. Here we go. It's early. It's early. That double makes you think a little bit, though. It's always interesting to see a team get out in front of the other, get a couple frames ahead, get a little momentum going. Puts a little added pressure on the other team. Just like that. See that? 2 frames ahead now for Stephen F. Austin, applying the pressure. Now Tulane's thinking about it. We're on the good lane. How are they striking over there? That was an excellent, excellent thrown shot right there. Can't really ask for much more than that. That was a beautiful shot. Very important to cover the spare. No missed spares here in this game 7. It's what they train for. It's what their coaches teach them at practice all year round. Don't miss your spares, especially in clutch situations. Okay. Good shots here. Quality shots from both teams. What's crazy about the game of bowling is Tulane has missed twice, but if both teams were to strike out, which is highly improbable, they would both bowl 279. So I can go ahead and call right now if we have a possibility of a tie. Even though one team missed twice, the other team's only going to miss once. Welcome to bowling. Welcome to the craziest scoring game you've ever seen. Isn't that what makes it fun and interesting? Imagine if football, one team scores 6 touchdowns and the other one scores 5, and nobody would kick any field goals at all. And the team with less touchdowns won. Wouldn't that be crazy? But that's bowling. That's our game. That's our scoring system. Ring, ring. We got an answer from Tulane, everybody. They picked up. Now the momentum has shifted over to Tulane. Looking for a little redemption here from Tulane's anchor bowler. Didn't really make a good quality shot to close out Stephen F. Austin in game number 6. Almost left that 2-4-10. Got lucky to trip out the 2 and the 4. Better shot. Better shot. I was looking for an answer there. All right. 68 and a third. Uh-oh, here we go. Stephen F. Austin takes back the match, takes back the momentum. Triple, spare, double. Can the first 3 bowlers for Stephen F. Austin go perfect here in the final game? You know, when you're bowling Baker, if you ever bowled a Baker tournament, whether if it's college or just with your buddies or local team tournament, you don't get many shots. You get 2 a game, except for the anchor bowler. And, of course, most people that bowl Baker, everybody thinks they should be the anchor bowler, but only 4, only 1 can be and 4 cannot be, as there's another strike. And when your leadoff bowler, your second bowler, and your third bowler are lined in and they throw doubles for you, which we just saw right here from Stephen F. Austin, and they set up your setup man and your anchor man, or woman in this case, that's an awesome feeling. That is an awesome feeling. It's also kind of cool when you're in those spots, too, and you double. You did your job. You can feel really good about that. Secret weapon you always put in the 2-hole. Stephen F. Austin, 279 max score. They are rolling right now on the lane that nobody has been able to conquer. They got a real opportunity here. This is a really impressive game over here on lane number 11. You want lane choice? Take your lane choice. We're going to show up. We're going to make good shots. We're going to be there. But you know what? Tulane's bowled good, too. They got a clean game going through 6. 247 max score for Tulane. You got to have a chink in the armor here, though, for Stephen F. Austin. This shot is monumental. Time is running out for Tulane here. You're in must-strike situations now. Barring disaster, Stephen F. Austin's going to have enough here to advance. Take on Louisiana Tech in the morning. Yep, that'll do it right there. Awesome performance here in this game number 7 from Stephen F. Austin. On the tough lane. Who would have thought? Awesome performance. Awesome. Stephen F. Austin, the number 7 seeds, putting on a great performance. This is a strong conference, everybody. A strong, strong conference. Coach Steve Lemke and Amber Lemke, they got to be really proud of their squad right now. And I'll tell you what, Tulane, Haley Veach and Jessica Swick, they've got nothing to hold their head up against either. Their team bowled great here. That's this format. Only one can win. Now it's just a matter of see how big a score can we put up. Let's see what kind of score they can put up here. Is it going to be 279, everybody? I think it's going to be a bunch here. Yeah, I see your note in here. The volume's a little low. Yeah, my soundboard is a little low to begin with, but with this mask on that I got to wear, it keeps me. I'm even less loud, so to speak. So thanks for bearing with me on that one. Here we go. Oh, how about that? Almost was a 7-9, I thought, looked like. Stephen F. Austin, clutch performance, 268. The possible score, 235 for Tulane. Very impressive. How about it? Got to be proud of that. That'll have some momentum for you in the morning. I want to thank everybody for joining me today for today's broadcast. Apologize this morning if you tried to tune in for round 1 with the technical issues that we had, but it looks like we got everything worked out. I want to thank the Bowling Center for working with us and the companies that I use for streaming, using their hardware and software, getting them on the phone and being able to take care of a few things. Technology's ever changing, and I appreciate you guys bearing with me. I'm just a bowler at heart. I'm not a tech guy. I do the best I can, but thanks so much for joining me today. On behalf of everybody here at Colonial Bowling Center, Thomas Samuel and everyone at the Southland Bowling League and Conference, to Rick Barbera, our head tournament official, to all of you for watching here today. Really appreciate all the support here at Inside Bowling. We will be back tomorrow with continuing coverage of the 2021 Southland Bowling League here just outside of New Orleans, Louisiana. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, 8:30 in the morning Central Time. Have a good rest of your Friday, everybody. We'll see you later.